This is my 1983 Ford Econoline camper van. Turtle top conversion. You can tell the roof's made out of some kind of rubbery-like material. It's very durable. Won't crack like fiberglass, I suppose. Back in the 70s and the 80s, big vans and RVs were the thing. And a lot of people were having these conversions done to their vans. This would be classified as a Class B camper van or small RV. I want to say it's an E150, but it might be an E250. I'm not sure. It's got the dual fuel tanks option here. Very nice. Got my running boards, my power outlet. Got some big old towing mirrors here in case I'm, towing a trailer or obviously need to look behind me. I had a rear view mirror, but it fell down. I need to get it put back in place, but that's almost impossible to look out the back anyway. It's got pretty bad blind spots with the lack of windows, but anyway. I don't know if you can see, but sometime last year, a tree branch, very large one, had fallen on my van, landed on the roof up there. And when it came down, it banged up my whole front fender here and dented my hubcap. But it doesn't affect the performance of the van. It's a pretty easy fix. We just need to get around to doing it. It's very clean for the age. It's only got a few rust spots here and there. It can all be easily fixed. There's a couple up here on the roof. We'll try to get those patched up soon. But for the most part, it's a very solid piece. My weather stripping in the door here is kind of worn out. Water likes to leak in, but it's not super detrimental, but I will need to fix it here in the nearby future. Here's the inside. I installed a steering wheel cover because I did not like the original thin style steering wheel. I didn't feel like I had a good grip on it, but this steering wheel cover makes it much better for driving. It's obviously an automatic. Most vans and trucks turned automatic in the 80s, and stick shifts are becoming less common. So, got some seats here. They swivel around, but I don't know how to do it. It's like a lever or something, but I'll mess around with that on another day. Here's the back. The top goes up, but it's too cold out right now. I'm not really gonna mess with it. Here's one of my gas stoves right there for cooking, other camping and utilities and whatnot. And there's my closet, wardrobe filled with miscellaneous clothes and other camping related paraphernalia. Got my dry bag here. It's got my rain gear in it, sleeping bags in the works. Some sandals down there. Those are some Carhartts. I don't know where they came from. They're just in here. Here's the back. These seats will fold out into a bed so you can sleep comfortably. You can sleep 1 and 2 people here comfortably on this bed. You could 3 if you wanted a spoon. You could sleep 2 in the bed and maybe 1 right here on the floor long ways on a mat. You could do that too. I got this back closet here, but it's a bit dry rotted. It's hard to open. I'm honestly thinking about just taking this whole cabinet out and just putting a 3rd bed here, like a little bench bed, homemade, and just having an extra sleeping area, I don't really need this. It's all dry rotted. I don't have much use for it. There's a MMS sleeping bag, heavy duty. Got some curtains here. The windows have vents in them, screens for ventilation, and some curtain ties that came with them. I'm not really gonna mess with it right now. Got my outlets here. All the power works I mean, when this van's running, you mean your fridge is working and everything else. I need to find a generator, some solar panels, so I can have power without draining my batteries during the night, or just find a camping ground with power and use my power cords. But you know, what if you wanted to camp remote? You'd have to find some alternative means of having power. I'll go ahead and go show the engine. It's a carbureted 300 cubic inch inline 6 engine. It's an oldie but a goodie. These engines will last for miles, and they got enough torque to pull down stumps. They go. The story behind this van was I was already looking for one, in the market for one, and this one happened to appear on Facebook Marketplace for sale for about $2,000. It was owned by an elderly couple in their 90s that had used the van to go back and forth from Florida and take their kids on scouting trips. And well, they were getting older and they just retired, and they really couldn't use this van anymore. They couldn't really get out, so they just sold it. And I bought it off of them, and now I'm putting it to good use here. I've been on a few camping trips. I'm an assistant scoutmaster in my troop, and I've taken it to the lake house a couple times. My grandparents' lake house, I've camped in it. And this year I intend on doing a lot more camping in it. I've had this van for about 2 years, and it's an awesome unit. I think I'll go ahead and take the van for a drive real quick around the block, and go ahead and set my phone down real quick. Somewhere I don't accidentally. I don't want to hit buttons. Buttons is my dog. She's out in the yard somewhere. I'm just making sure she ain't in the way of the big beast. Alright. She's a bit old and crickety and rattly, but she still runs good. Doesn't really affect the driving performance, just a little noisy. Smooth, quiet engine. Probably rated for about 122 horsepower and 220 some pounds of torque. I mean, it ain't a barn burner, but it'll get the job done. It goes when you need it to. here we are back at home. And that's about it for this review. You wheel her on in there. Oh. I think that's it. And that's about it for this video. I'll try to upload as soon as I can on more events that I'm doing. I want to upload more regularly and start doing more with this channel. And I'll see you guys the next time.